Welcome to the Swinging Lights. That was Gutter Quarter by the band Penguin Mofex. They were on last week's episode of the Swinging Lights, part of the TaWanda series. TaWanda's the podcasts that are being done out of my 77 Volkswagen bus that I converted into a podcasting studio. So these videos, the TaWanda ones, all of our YouTube videos we have on YouTube, but these ones are pretty great. Get the interior of the bus, hanging out, chit-chatting. These guys perform musical pieces in the bus. It's been quite the treat, to be honest with you. I might be doing this podcast partly out of selfishness on my part. I, love smaller shows, but having these people be willing to chit-chat, these wonderful humans that happen to be very artistic and musical, to be able to sit with me in my bus and chit-chat about whatever the hell comes up, and then have them play a song from the heart is its own reward. To be honest with you, it's worth all the time and energy that I put into these particular episodes. So anyhow, that was Penguin Mofex. You need to check them out. They're on Spotify. I finally got off my ass and created a podcast link on the Swinging Lights website, so you can click on that link and scroll down through all the episodes and get links to follow people on Instagram, to follow them on Spotify, to watch the video on YouTube, to listen to the podcast, whether it be through iTunes or through the website itself. I finally got around to doing all of that. So you can go to our website and find links to follow Penguin Mofex on Spotify. And you should definitely do that. And if you get a chance to see them live, you will not regret it. They put on a phenomenal show. So, yeah, that's from last week's episode. This week's episode, today, what we are going to be doing is I had the opportunity to have Spencer Petersen, the front man from Sego, from LA, from Los Angeles, give me some of his time before they performed in Provo, Utah on September 1st at the Velour. And these guys, if you have not seen Sego, you need to see them. They are quite the live act. I mean, just the production they put into their stage, the visual stimulation you get when you see their show, and then just rock solid musicians. I mean, so tight. Their music is so tight. They've been jamming together for quite some time, play a lot of shows. This is their last, this was right before my conversation with Spencer Petersen. It was right before they were playing their last show of this tour. And on this tour, I guess they crossed the United States 4 times apparently. So these guys are working hard-working musicians, and the music that they're putting out is top-notch. I mean, top shelf. And so that's how I feel about this band, and you need to get out there and check them out. But Spencer was very nice and has a quick wit, wonderful sense of humor. I just really enjoyed this conversation. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, I'm here with Sego. This is Spencer.
Are we doing video as well?
Yeah, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
Video podcasting.
Video caster.
He's got to get food in his stomach because he's been scrambling all day trying to get ready for the show at the Velour.
Yeah. It's been quite a journey the last 2 months, but also the last 48 hours. So.
Oh yeah. Well, Tom was saying that you guys have been.
Can you still see me over
there?
there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. You guys drove across the United States 4 times on this tour?
Yeah. We've done 2 full laps around the United States. Well, we will have once we get back to LA.
Cool, man.
So, yeah, it's been a pretty crazy journey and some highs and lows. Did Tom come in here?
No, not yet. Tell him to come in together.
Yeah, he's got
plenty of room.
It's show day's crazy, especially in Provo. Provo's like the one city where, like, that's why I was a little hesitant, because we have family here and all that,
right,
and so you end up like, it's just crazy to make
So you guys
friends.
Are initially from here, right?
Yeah, so I grew up in Mapleton, and Tom grew up in Springville. Brandon up in Sandy. Mm-hmm. He's obviously, you already talked to Cole?
Yeah, I had Cole on earlier.
So obviously Brandon, I met Brandon through Cole and their old band, Kid Theodore, which was our favorite band back in the day.
That's where I met all those guys from. My ex-wife actually went to high school with Cole and Ryan.
Okay.
So I met them and went to all those Kid Theodore shows.
Kid Theodore,
so
man.
much fun.
So cool.
I was heartbroken when that band fizzled out. I was like, God damn it.
We all were. Yeah,
I was also heartbroken when Eyes Lips Eyes parted ways, man.
You know, as long as someone remembers how to say, it's what's the folklore that if someone forgets how to say the name, then they die.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Finally. Oh no, is that Pixar movie? Coco? Did you see that?
Coco. I don't think I've seen that one.
Don't tell anyone I saw that, except for everyone that's watching or listening to this. But that's the whole idea with the Day of the Dead. Is to be remembered, so your name is remembered in the afterlife, but if you eventually get forgotten, you die in the afterlife.
Right.
And so anytime someone just says Eyes Lips Eyes, it's like, okay.
Yeah, you guys killed it, man.
Someone remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was obviously I put years of my life into that project, so it was it was a sad day when we kind of put the brakes on that. But
this is good though. This is a good project. Sego's great, man.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate
I love it.
that.
I love it.
It's
real dancey, but like technical at the same time.
Yeah, you know, we get to. That old band was a little bit more. It's kind of that guitar, bass, drums, but this we allowed ourselves to be a little bit more experimental with synths.
And some of those drum loops and triggers and stuff.
Yeah, triggers.
Yep. It's a lot of work, man. It looks like you guys have put together a pretty badass stage setup too. Yep. Where'd you get all them VHS tapes?
I have a friend who is a very savvy entrepreneur, and he gets these ideas every once in a while that he himself I don't think ever really he's like more of an idea man, and he's brilliant at it, but he'll get random ones where he's like, oh, I just came into 800 VHSs, there's got to be something I can do with these. And so he'll get them and start working on ideas, but I'm the guy that's like every once in a while just like I just get to pick up someone else's
shit.
Yeah, garbage. So he had them, and he hit me up and asked if I had a use for them. I certainly do. And I don't have a napkin, which I feel bad.
I've got paper towels right here, man.
Okay, all right.
This is the bus. Got all sorts
I love
of
this
shit.
bus, by the way.
I don't have a toilet in here, so
this is great.
I apologize.
No, thank you. I just don't want to make a mess. Anyway, but yeah.
There's also drinks and beers and shit like that in the cooler if you're interested.
Yeah, we got 800 VHS tapes, and figured there's something we could do with them. There's got to be something to do with them. So we kind of built an elaborate backdrop. And
are you cool if I take some video footage of your performance tonight and put it on this?
What's up, buddy? Did you already get Nate?
No.
Come here.
He's been avoiding me.
Nate, come here.
No, I've been stressed out of my mind. I need to go decompress.
I'm Justin.
Nice to meet you, Justin.
We're doing a video podcast.
Oh, hey, where did you get that?
I walked over and grabbed the thing.
So you're the lead singer of the
Penguin Mofex.
Yeah.
How did my other?
They played
do?
one of your songs. It was beautiful.
Oh, all right. What did
awesome.
they play?
They I don't know the name of it. It's about the wedding and.
Oh yeah, Put Me in Your Arms. That's
Put Me in Your Arms. Yeah, they nailed the harmonies. It sounded amazing.
Dude, that's what I want to hear.
Who did it?
Lane and Mason.
Oh, cool.
Way better singers than me, but
man, see
I gotta go throw some stuff in my.
That's the beauty about Penguin Mofex is they have so many members of their band.
Yeah.
And co-lead singers that they can just kind of like spread. The
yeah,
well.
I was impressed, man. They just did a duo and it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
Really good stuff.
No, I'm secretly like just fanboy over their band. They're like my favorite band in Provo right now.
This will be my first time seeing them live. Listen to a bunch of their stuff online. It's good, man. Good stuff.
They're gnarly. And
I don't know how you keep 7 members in a band though. I think the most I've ever been able to hang on to is 5.
yeah, I mean the most I've ever been able to keep. I've never been able to hold on to anyone really. I mean, because
everybody's got life and schedules. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's life schedules and I don't know. Bands are good at one thing, and it's breaking up.
Yeah.
So you can just stay a band long enough, your chances for doing something interesting go up dramatically. But bands just never stay together very long. You have this shelf life where people, for good reasons, start getting maybe insecure about their age or their income status.
Yeah.
And after you live that life for long enough and you don't see the progress you're looking for, it's and the people that are doing it are often a little bit more crazy is not the right word, but maybe flippant than your average citizen. And they already don't like patterns and schedules, so bands are just meant to break up. That's the whole deal.
Yeah. I've gone through my fair share. Current lineup.
Who'd you play with back in the day?
I played with Vicious Starfish for a number of years, and then the Black Arrows, and then the Swinging Lights is what I've been in for years now. But we've had, band members come and go, but our current lineup is rock solid, man.
Cool.
So we're just playing out as much as we can. And
hang on to it.
yeah, it's fun. But, we're all a little bit older and have day jobs and shit. So to walk away from that to go touring and stuff is kind of like, how do you do that when you got family and things? So
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
we're just trying to do the best we can with what we got. And it's been nice, though.
but in a way, you have like that. You have once you have that job and everything. I don't know. You have maybe a little bit more
Something to fall back on.
flexibility. Yeah, so maybe
well.
you can do it.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend who is a dentist, but he's an amazing songwriter, and he was just saying like, well, maybe I can do whatever I want now.
Yeah.
Maybe I can go on tour and take the risk that I couldn't afford to take before.
Right. I think I could do some of that. I mean, I work as a nurse at the VA, and the cool thing about that is I can cut back to one shift a week, still keep all my health benefits and stuff.
Okay.
So there's opportunity there, but there's got to be some monetary, you got to make some money going out on the road and stuff, and that can't always be easy.
It's a front end load. You lose money, and then you start making money.
It's awesome. Is that pho?
Yeah, it's fun.
God,
It's
I love
really
pho.
hot. But I'm so hungry and thirsty, so I figured pho would be kind of the go-to.
Oh, it's great. You're not
But
going to
it's
get
so
like
hot that
upset
it's, like,
stomach while you're
burning my
playing or
mouth.
anything.
Yeah, I probably will.
You think so? Pho? I always find pho to go down pretty smooth.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's good.
It's not like eating a big greasy burger or something.
I had something recently that, I ate a bunch of, I got these, like the challenge hot wings. It wasn't hot wings, it was chicken tenders, but they're like the death sauce, whatever. It's been my experience that those places usually aren't that bad because it's more like no one gets it, and so they don't have to be that hot. And so I got it, and it was just like this. It was doable. Like I wasn't backing down. But the problem was it was like the dry rub, paprika, like thick paprika type spice. So it just tasted so bad. So I had like these 4 giant chicken tenders with all this horrible tasting hot sauce on it. It's not even sauce, it's just like powder. And then you go from that to like playing a show and you're just hallucinating. It's like, so it wasn't exactly the ideal state of mind, but
I used to work with this Hispanic guy, and one of the things he'd always tell me, because I was always like, how do you guys eat all that spicy food? And he's just like, it's good for your memory. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like the next day when you make caca, you remember. I was like,
she's got that joke on lock. Apparently it's really good for you though. Capsaicin, like the active agent in white spice. It's good for it's like apparently it helps anti-carcinogenic.
oh yeah.
It's is that the right word?
Yeah.
Carcinogenic?
Anti-cancer.
Yeah, anti-cancer. It is. It's good for your nervous system. It obviously helps with your pain threshold. There's like this laundry list of things that it actually is very beneficial, and there's almost no downsides to it.
Cool.
So I figured just like
I'd have to build up an immunity to it, man.
Doesn't
I love
take long.
spicy food, but
it's a slippery slope. You start going, and then after a while, all food tastes bland, and you need it on everything. That's the stuff.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. I feel like touring around has just made us into really good truckers, furniture movers, and local delicatessen.
So what do you guys tour in?
There's that bus out front.
The
It's
one
like
that's dented up a little bit?
Yeah. That one. Yeah. I mean, it's in pretty darn good shape considering we were in like, this tour has been kind of crazy. We got into a pretty bad accident in New Mexico.
Oh shit.
And somehow we were able to cobble that thing back together. And the fact that we finished the tour is just mind blowing to me. Like, it's still like, I just don't understand how we got out. But yeah, it's got a bit of a smiley face on the grill and the bumpers all pointed down.
How bad? What all did you have to fix on it?
out of everything. In the accident by itself, we had to redo the front two wheels, all their brakes, and the steering box. And I think that was it.
And you just had a mechanic in New Mexico that was able to get all those parts and shit?
We only missed one show. But, yeah, and so, I mean, it doesn't look good. You know, it's like banged up, but to get it driving, that's what we needed.
Absolutely.
And, which was wild. But it's tragic because right before that, we started the tour and we broke down on our way to like Baltimore and had to put in $2,000 in work just to get it to do the first lap of the tour. And then we got in that accident. It was just like,
man,
I didn't really care at all, to be honest. I was just not to wax too serious, but we were all just happy to be alive. It was one of those like perspective things. I was like, I don't even care what happens to the van or anything. You know, we could finish the tour or not. But I feel like I dodged a bullet.
Jeez, that's scary.
Yeah, it was a bit of a harrowing experience.
So you guys just take turns driving?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. To finish your question, or finish the answer though, it's a shuttle bus, and we've got it retrofitted. Well, we bought it from some metal band in Santa Clarita, California, and it's got 4 bunk beds and then a king size in the back.
Nice.
So we can wander around, go to sleep, do pull-ups, you know.
Yeah.
Quality of life jumped dramatically when we got in that bus.
Right. What were you touring in before that? Taking separate cars and all that type of shit?
Yeah, I mean, I've toured in everything, you know. But usually it's like the classic, like, 12 to 15 passenger van.
So are you doing this music stuff, like, full-time now?
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Yeah, Tom and I moved down to LA a lot of years ago, and that's kind of all we've been doing since then. Random tasks here and there. When we first moved down there, I used to do these clinical trials.
Mm-hmm.
You ever do those up here in Salt Lake?
Where you sign up to take a med or the placebo for a few weeks. You lock yourself up for 2 weeks and take pills and they put you through tests. No, I signed up for one once, but my vision was bad.
We wanted it.
Well, I was like that was back when I was like going to nursing school and all that shit, and I was like hurting for cash, and I was like, oh man, that's a chunk of dough in 2 weeks. I should sign up for this.
We were desperate, and I was doing these clinical trials, and it was a gold mine because you go in for a week and then you can pay for 6 months of tour or 6 months of rent, and it's just like, okay.
So how many different
starting there? So
how many different trials did you go through?
I did like 5 or something, and then I actually ran into a problem where it was also a good way to get a free physical because you go in there and they scan your whole system, and but one time I was going to do a spinal tap study, and they did a brain scan and all these like crazy CAT scans, whatever, and just to do the testing, they gave me like $800, which was great.
Yeah.
But then they informed me, sorry sir, but we've identified a series of brain lesions. You know, they pointed out where it was in my brain, and like, well, then that's, so unfortunately you can't take part in the study, and it could be multiple sclerosis. Get that checked out. Okay, see. And then it was like,
shit.
What?
That's heavy.
Oh no. It didn't turn out being that, but it gave me a scare.
What were the lesions from?
I think I smacked my head. There was a specific time I smacked my head really hard in high school, skateboarding. Mm-hmm. And I think that was it. It was because it can be either multiple sclerosis or scar tissue. Huh. And
that's why I quit riding skateboards, man. Shit hurt.
Because you need to get that clinical trial, and you can't have that brain lesion spoiling it for you.
So that was the end. Like you didn't.
That was the end. They wouldn't let me back in.
That was it.
No, I was damaged goods. They would never call me after that.
Did you ever have any adverse reaction to the drugs they were giving you?
Mm-mm.
Never ever.
Never. It was awesome.
I used to try donating plasma, but they could never get like a good donation from me.
This thing was the best system. No adverse effects, at least that I encountered. paid really well, short bursts, and you just sit in there and they give you 3 meals a day.
Can you bring your guitar?
Mm-hmm. Whatever you can fit in your bag. So I'd bring my guitar and my laptop, and I'd just work in there on music. Or if at the time I was doing some of them, we were also doing these. We'd cataloging movies for some online business. So I just watch movies and catalog them all day, getting paid for that while I was getting paid for the other thing.
Double dipping.
Hey, say hello, Tom.
There's the other member of Sego.
There's the camera.
There he is.
Thomas
the
Carroll.
drummer. We have the same last name, except mine's spelled ELL.
Ooh.
I wouldn't call that the same. Would I? Nice fan.
Thanks, man.
It was a great, man. Anyway, that was a long time ago, but all I was going to say is people look down on you for doing that type of thing until you tell them about the logistics, and then one after another
they just start lying
signing up. Yeah. Oh, you can't do that to yourself. Wait, how much are you getting paid? Oh.
I think just going to your normal 9-to-5 job day in and day out has more adverse effects on your health.
I mean, it might.
Taking pills for a week.
You get those varicose veins. Get that bad vision. I've been trying to wear those, those blue blocker glasses or whatever, that help with computer light.
Oh, okay.
You're just staring at a blue light all day.
Yeah.
So there are these glasses that kind of reflect it out if you're in it.
Dude, I did a backpacking trip once with my buddy Dave, and we did the high Uintas. So we basically started in Vernal, backpacked all the way across the whole Uintas to Mirror Lake. I don't know if you're familiar with that whole area. But he's wearing these glasses the whole time, and about halfway through, I'm like, what are those? He's like, they're blue blockers. I'm like, you're just going through this whole backpacking trip without the color blue. He's like, yeah, man, I like to switch shit up.
They're supposed to help your mood.
Your mood?
Mm-hmm. The brighter, orange is supposed to have actually an effect on your brain in a way that it gives you more of it's supposed to help with positive emotion.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try that out. Give me some blue blockers.
We just get some. Tom has these orange Hunter S. Thompson glasses.
I saw him wearing them.
They look awesome, but
same deal.
puts them in a good mood.
I wonder if they make these little flip ups. This is what I lost my prescription sunglasses, so I decided to just buy these for they're polarized. Look dumb as shit, but man, they're functional. They probably got some blue blocker versions of those.
I bet they do.
Slap them on.
Well, heck yeah.
You excited for tonight?
Yeah. I'm glad I came in here, to be honest, because I was a tiny bit just tunnel vision on the whole situation.
Right.
So it's nice to talk about something not the set or the logistics for a second.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to, I want to just have it. At the end of the day, Provo ends up being the most stressful shows because we keep raising the bar on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with doing any production, is once you do it, if you don't do it the next time, it's just a big letdown.
Yeah.
And so you have to keep upping the thing and reinventing the wheel. So I just feel this immense pressure to do something wild or something.
Right. And when you're doing it all yourselves.
Yeah, and we're not paying
No.
some crew to build us an installation. We're doing it ourselves.
Right.
I've done that before. Sometimes I feel isn't that one of those Fortune 500 CEO principles, learn how to delegate and be okay with things not being exactly how you want them because you just don't have time to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with that. Sometimes I just feel just giving up not the control necessarily, but just kind of the vision and just
right. Well, it's part of the art, right? Yeah. It's not just music you're putting on a show.
You're presenting an idea. And so sometimes when people don't get it, it's frustrating. And so you end up doing it yourself, but you can't do everything, and so you do it crappy too. So
right,
because you're thin. Yeah, man.
I've watched that with Wilco over the years. They've had all these different stage setups, and then they finally just set for this it looks like they're in the middle of a forest.
Oh, really?
on stage, and they've just rocked that for years now.
You should keep it.
Yeah, because it's cool. It's just like this cool like forest setting that they're sitting in jamming, you know.
Some of the best shows I've been to in the last 10 years, two of the best shows I've been to in the last 10 years, specifically, had zero stage production. Just guys playing awesome songs, and them, like the members themselves being the production. They're just so interesting looking and doing cool things on
As an
stage.
example.
Actually, Cole from Cause of Doom, he and I went to see Sego in Vegas. And it really did just alter the way I looked at it. It was such a great show and just injected me with energy. And it was, the only thing he did was like he put on like a baby mask maybe for like a song. But it was just kind of like weird anyway. It was awesome. And then the other one, Tom and I went, we played a show with this band called Shame out in the UK. And it blew our minds. Back then, there was just these high school kids, what it seemed like high school kids, punk band. But the frontman was so compelling. And he's just up there in like a suit, like suspenders. And anyway, we kept track of them. They came to LA recently, and that show just knocked my socks off. It was everything that I remembered plus better songs. And so yeah, I think about that where it's like, well, I was certainly blown away by this whole situation. You know, maybe I don't need to overthink it.
Yeah.
If you put your energy in the right place, you know.
Yeah, it's tough these days, man. Like with the cell phones and shit, people are just like texting and talk. You know, like I was talking about this with I think it was with Cole today, but I saw Jack White and Tyler Childers. Or Childers, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know Tyler Childers.
He's like in the same vein as Sturgill Simpson.
Okay,
Just
gotcha.
outlaw country type stuff, so good. But he came and played with Jack White at Salt Air. And
Okay.
Jack White's thing is you show up and your
Check
cell
your
phone
phone.
goes in this little pouch and it locks and you can't access your phone the whole night until you leave. And I was like, it was awesome. Yeah, like it was just going back in time and seeing a show like I used to when I was in high school. Nobody had cell phones
Were
back
people
then.
going through withdrawals?
Oh, there were a few people throwing a fit, yeah, but most people were just like, fuck, I'm untethered.
Yeah, I guess.
Hell yeah.
I guess I'll keep my eyes up.
Yeah, and it was so much energy. It was one of the funnest shows I've been to in a long time just because that was eliminated.
Yeah.
Like I was at Death Cab for Cutie a few weeks ago and people's phones were out. God, it was just a distraction, man. I was like, what the hell? You guys all pay money. You all got online and bought tickets to Red Butte, which isn't easy to get, and you're all just going to sit here on your damn cell phones?
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. I think it's a problem just self-control in general in society. Just the availability of everything. It's phone or no phone. It's a bit overkill, but I was at I went to see Louis C.K. in LA. If I can say that name. Before the scandal. However, it doesn't affect how I feel about that show. It was an amazing show. It was freaking funny. Played at the Forum in LA. I went down there. And the same thing. They didn't make anyone lock anything up, but they just gave them a speech like, hey, like put your phones away. Don't be that guy that, pulls up your phone and distracts your neighbors. Just put them away. Don't be a dick.
Right.
And they said it in a way that was kind of fun and funny, but also in a way that like you don't want to be that guy that like people are like,
Yeah.
you. So not one person opened up their phone the whole night, and it's a real thing because you actually pay attention. You're not worried about taking a photo and thinking about proving something to anybody or whatever. You're just enjoying an experience. Sounds like a novel idea.
Yep.
I mean, it had a really positive effect on the whole night, for sure. I thought about doing that, but I don't think, well, I don't know, I guess.
Well, that was one of the cool things that Jack White did when he talked about it, because he got on stage. He's like, you guys can all go to the website. There's professional photographers here taking photos, and you can go and download all those photos, professional photos of us playing, and you can post on your Instagram feed that you were at the show. So he solved all the problems.
Yeah.
But
Talking Heads used to do that in the 80s. He's just like, we have professional photographers covering this stuff. And this is, back when people brought their cameras, I guess, to the shows.
Right.
He just was pleading with people, just do not take pictures and post them.
Got a bit of a sitch
Oh, really?
with the booth.
Too crowded?
The reservation booth. Was your sister supposed to have it?
Oh, I told Corey, and then Nate was trying to get Finn.
Yeah. Corey just came up and was looking for you or Nate.
Because
And he just told me there's a bunch of random people in there right now. He doesn't know what to do.
okay.
Or like who to have it for. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're okay.
Well, maybe this is the time I go and put out some fires. Is it an okay time to cruise?
You got time to jam one tune real quick?
Sure. Tom?
Got a box here you can sit on and beat on.
These guys just started. I gotta go. I'm gonna go.
Just sing some harmonies on Wicked Youth.
I don't know those harms, dude.
Get those harms.
I'm gonna go tell Corey that you're gonna be like 5 minutes.
Lost baggage of a wicked youth. I need some money to tell the truth. I'm stretched out forever, lonely as America. A lost baggage of a wicked youth. Lost baggage of a wicked youth. The years are behind me, make no excuse. The world was a good place to buy in or hide out. Growing older, but that's nothing new. What you don't understand now, what you can't understand, you can make it mean anything or anything you want. Make it mean anything or anything you want. What I'd give for another look, just a creature misunderstood. Yeah. Savage sitting on display. Do what you want, do you want it this way? Times let you down, okay, enjoy the view. A lost baggage of a wicked you. What you don't understand now, what you can't understand, you can make it mean anything or anything you want. You can make it mean anything or anything you want. You can make it mean anything or anything you want. You can make it mean anything or anything you want. You can make it mean anything or anything you want. You can make it mean anything or anything you want. You can make it mean anything or anything you want. I was fighting a burp that whole song. Had that pho burp going on.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for taking the time. I
Yeah,
know it's
totally.
a busy day for you. So
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Go put out some fire.
What a cool guy. That was Spencer Petersen from the band Sego. If you have not heard of Sego, you need to go to segoband.com. That's segoband.com. There you will have links to where you can access their music, how to follow and get in touch with them on their social media. And they also just released a new music video for a song entitled Whatever Forever. It's really cool. You should go over there and seriously check these guys out. Good stuff. If you like this episode, then like always, please head on over to iTunes and just give us 5 stars. God damn it! That's how iTunes works. It's all about these algorithms, man. But that's how more people will hear about the podcast, is if we move up the algorithm levels. Another way you could help us out is by telling your friends about us. That would be very helpful. So, do that. Anyway, once again, thanks for listening.
Trouble